The topic we're covering now is going to be attitude. Now with attitude, you have a massive list of videos there that I've even provided on YouTube, Facebook or Instagram from my Pistol Pete training, but there's also a shitload of attitude videos that you can find out there on YouTube. Search them, watch them, surround yourself with good people, Gary Vaynerchuk, Curran Ray, Tony Robbins, Dale Carnegie, any of these people that are going to help motivate you and feed the right information into your brain. Go ahead, there's plenty of videos there from myself and others that you can obviously do. But if we're looking on the topic of our stage 1 and our basic 101 of training, attitude, when people say what is attitude, obviously a lot of people will say it's your frame of mind, or it's how you perceive things, it's obviously how you interact with certain people, so on and so forth. Now all of these are technically correct, attitude does play a part in all of those, but when you look into what is attitude, it's how people perceive you. Perceive you. Once again, you could come in, obviously I've had plenty of people come in and I go, is everything alright? You're looking a little bit down like that, and they go, no, I've got a great attitude. But if it looks like you haven't, then obviously you haven't got a great attitude. It's how actually people are perceiving you. So it does obviously encompass everything else, but obviously if you're not giving off the right attitude, then of course your attitude, whether you're feeling like you're in a great spot or not, you've actually got a shitter attitude. So it's how people are perceiving you. So it's all about having that good attitude. Now why is that important when it comes to sales? Because 90% of the job is attitude based, it's mentality based, 10% is skill. Now that is not taken away from how important skill is. You need to get yourself to that level and you can build up. But when it comes to what we're doing around charities, they sell themselves. It's an amazing causes that we're obviously raising money for. It's just all about going out and presenting yourself in the right way. So that's why it's down to 90% attitude. If you view it this way, like an access point, depending on what your attitude is, so how empowered you are, so are you positive or negative, depends on what access you have to your skills. So imagine you have to reach in here to grab your skills. If you're 100% empowered, so you've got a great attitude, you've got full access, 100% access to it. But if you're disempowered, or your attitude isn't there, say if you're 100% negative, so yeah, you can 100% neg out, disempowered, you have zero access. So it doesn't matter if you've had 10 years, 20 years, 30 years sales experience. If you are disempowered completely to 100% disempowered, you have zero access to that skill. So that means that you won't have obviously an opportunity to make sales anyway. So what you need to do is keep yourself in the most access that you have to the skills, whether it's limited or whether it's high. That's why if someone with my sales ability goes to a metaphorical door and someone goes to the exact same type of door metaphorically, if they've got an amazing attitude, only been doing the job for 2-3 days, they've got more of a chance of closing that sale than I have if I'm 100% disempowered. Because of all my skills, I won't have access to them. So that's why attitude is so important. Also, when it looks at law of averages, we don't know where sales are going to be. So we need to make sure that we approach every single house, because whether we feel that we're good inside, if we're not giving off, if people aren't perceiving we have a good attitude, then people aren't going to want to talk to us. It's as simple as that. No one ever, imagine someone knocked on your door or stopped you in the street or sold you anything in a store and it looked like they were negged out and they look like they just couldn't be fucked to be doing the job. You wouldn't want to be talking to them, right? Obviously you don't want to stay away from that negativity. So you need to have a positive attitude so people approach you. It doesn't matter if you're Leonardo DiCaprio, you're an amazing actor, people will see through obviously that facade. So you need to obviously make sure you've got a positive attitude. So let's look at how we can do that. Now once again, plenty of videos out there, but let's look at some basics that we can do when it's related to our direct sales. We do have the attitude boat. So the attitude boat is obviously the positivity boat, as some people call it. What you do is you write down all of the positive stuff that's happening throughout the entire day. Any negatives, you kick them off the boat. Your boat is the attitude. Now this isn't just about kicking the negatives off. That will help you in the first couple of weeks, but once you get used to those negatives, they won't really affect you. But it's about creating that positive attitude. It's making sure your reticular activating systems, your RAS in your brain, is filtering through to look for those positives, so you see more and more of it. So it's all about putting the positives onto the boat, less about kicking the negatives off. We've also got stuff like singing and dancing, very basic when you're going around. That doesn't mean obviously going out to a club. That means obviously just in between the doors you're moving, obviously you've got a little bit of a shape to yourself, maybe even singing, obviously if you're in the rain, anything that's going to help you obviously stay into a positive state of mind. You've got YouTube videos. If you have lost your attitude, you can take that little break, watch a YouTube video. I always say if you watch a video of your favourite comedy film or TV show and look at the bloopers, with everyone laughing, it's just contagious. As we talked about, smiling is contagious, laughing is the same. If you're watching that, it'll put you back into a happy state of mind, and it means you can get out to the doors with that good attitude. You can do games. So there's plenty of different games that you can play, and you can do little competitions with yourself, so little games yourself that you have to play throughout the day, or you can have competitions against other people, so little one-on-one comps, team comps, anything that will drive and motivate. It doesn't have to be around financial for the victory, but it can be around something that's a little bit of fun that you do between yourself, like a kneeling competition to say you're the best in the world, so if we're even competing with you, anything that's going to motivate you in that way. And you can always call your leader, your manager, obviously call the people and use the resources around you. If you're using these people that are around you, then what you're going to be doing is actually getting the information that you need. You're not problem announcing, you're problem solving. You're actually seeking the right information. These people have already gone through this job. They've already worked out these problems. Use it as a cheat sheet, yeah, and get through it a lot quicker. And last but not least, obviously one that's really useful is a 5-minute journal. This isn't just for sales, this is just for anyone to be happy. Anyone that doesn't seem to be that, do the 5-minute journal. 3 things in the morning as soon as you wake up before you even touch social media. 3 things that you appreciate in life. It will be very easy in the first couple of days, and then it'll start actually really getting your brain. The first moment you wake up is straight away thinking things you appreciate. Trains your brain to go into that positive state of mind a lot earlier, and one task that you want to achieve that day gives you nice and focused so you can go out and achieve something. At the end of the day, you write down 3 things that you did absolutely amazing that day. So even if it's been a tough day or a bad day, as you say, you'll actually be training your brain to look for 3 things you did amazing. You'll take those small victories out of the day, and then 1 thing that you can improve on. It might be the thing that you did amazing, but you can still improve on it. 1 thing to improve on the next day, which will normally link back into obviously that one task you want to focus on. So a 5-minute journal, it's all about the reticular activating system. Look for the tricks of the brain. If you can work out the tricks of the brain, you can control your own attitude, your own perception. It's all about yourself. Individually, everyone views everything differently. It's all about you learning those tricks so you can counteract your brain. So that's why attitude is so important, guys. It's how people perceive you. We need it important because obviously we have no access to our skill if it isn't a positive attitude, and people will just tell that we're shit and they won't want to listen to us. And these are some of the simple ways that you can do to maintain your attitude.